Greetings, universe! Welcome to another freaking hangout. I am Orbital Bacon, certified G1 and a real freaking Prime. And you can't teach that. And this right here, this is my army of freaks. They're weird and they're proud. And you can't teach that. Bada boom! Realest bots in the room, how you doing? Good to see you all in the chat. I see Cliffjumper, Red Alert, Lewis Pepper, Silencer Zero, welcome. Silverstorm, Brit Former, Destiny, The Human Vacuum. Right, good to see Ultra Marcus. Good to see you all here. Delilah, hope you're all doing well. Having a good week so far. We're still pretty early in. We haven't gotten that far into the week yet. There's a long way to go to the weekend. But you can make it. You can do it. But if you notice the title of the stream here, I wanted to do something a little bit more thought-provoking this time. We've done a lot of different things, gone into VR worlds and read silly comic books. Really goofy adventures and all of that. But I wanted to have sort of a thought-provoking stream. See what you guys think about some things that are going on, because it's just, it's crazy out there, you know? And so as you see by the title here, it's fandoms and community. I've heard a lot of talk, a lot of use of those terms being thrown around. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. See if we can't help improve the landscape of everything going on. Because that's what we always want, right? We want things to be better at the end of the day. So let's see what we can discuss and maybe learn from each other. But it's good to see you all here. Starscreamy, Decepticon Wheeljack, hello. Alessandra Reyes, all right. I do have the rest of the crew with me as ever. I shall let the rest of them check in.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that we get to be part of this conversation, Optimus. I'm glad you don't just look at us as court jesters that are just meant to tell jokes to you and make you laugh when it's convenient. Decepticon Wheeljack just joined the freaking army of Primes. Well, thank you, Decepticon Wheeljack.
Yes, thank you. Welcome to the freaking army. Your only orders are to be weird and be proud. Have fun, be yourself. That's basically what it boils down to. Not too hard. You can do it. You should change the image of that mug to be Optimus the freaking Prime in cursive or something. That's not a bad idea, Lewis Pepper. Maybe the mug should say, like, world's best Prime. Something like that. But anyway, let me get back to the rest of the crew doing their introductions. I don't want to hog all the spotlight.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to do that later, Prime. Let us say hello. But yes, hello, chat. We're here for a Tuesday for once. We're not missing Tuesday. We missed like 3, I think it was like 2 or 3 Tuesdays in a row. It was ridiculous. It's all Prime's fault, of course. But we're finally here. We're finally back. We made it. We didn't skip out.
Yes, we are finally here, although I don't know if Starscream is 100% accurate with blaming Lord Optimus. It's not entirely his fault. I would say only about 42% of the blame belongs on Lord Optimus.
So where would the other 58% go there, Shockwavy?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I'm not saying that I would take the blame. I'm not saying that there was some colossal incident involving the tube that would have diverted everyone's attention, so much so that we were not able to make the show. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
All right, then we'll just, we'll let that one slide. But hey, that one SM guy, one of my favorite bots, Wheeljack. Well, you're one of my favorite chat dwellers. You're one of my favorite humans. How you doing? We're hanging out. We're having a good time. We're going to talk about some stuff going on in the fandoms / community, depending on if that's really what they should even be called. That, we might get to a different descriptor by the end of the day. Oh, I see there's a Decepticon version of me in there. Aside from me, and Prime, of course, it's like Decepticon City in here. We got Starscream, Shockwave, Soundwave, Waspinator, even Bruticus is around lurking somewhere. It's Decepticon City around here, even in the chat now. But yeah, nice to meet you.
Did someone say Waspinator? So nice for Waspinator to finally be remembered. What shall Waspinator do with newfound screen time? Waspinator could tell jokes, or maybe Waspinator could read poetry.
No. Waspinator will not be reading poetry or anything of the sort. This is where I come back and take my rightful place in the spotlight. All right. So yes, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, Ultra Marcus says Wheeljack is straight out of Copytron. But yes, we should just blow up Waspinator. I think that's what your best talent is. It's not poetry. It's not dancing or singing or anything like that, as we've discovered. So Shockwave, let us see an exhibition of what Waspinator is best at.
As you command, Lord Optimus. Let's see. I believe I have the perfect thing. Oh. Every time that I miss him with that infernal blaster because of my lack of depth perception, I'm always glad that there is some raw energon just off in the distance behind him. Usually one of those stray shots will hit some of that raw energon and cause him to explode.
Yes, very good, Shockwave. It's nice that you've always got things covered. Got things planned out. Good to have a plan. All right. So, Clunk, welcome. Starscream. Yeah, Starscream's here, being insolent as always. All right, so I wanted to talk about fandom and community because there's a lot of, it's beyond heated debate. You could call it heated debate, but it's like getting beyond that. People are losing their minds. They're going crazy out there. And it's really getting to the point where I see a lot of people, it's like they're losing friendships, they're losing jobs, social status, livelihood, whatever it may be, even family members. I've even seen family members, really butting heads, really going at each other's throats. Like, it's not what you want to see. And it's all over disagreements and different opinions, things like that. And so I wanted to look at sort of what we're fans of, Transformers, Marvel Comics, sci-fi, Star Wars, all that kind of stuff. We're all fans of that, right? And see, Lord Galvatron, you make a good point. Let me pull the chat back up so that people watching later can follow along. Where was it? Yes. Right. So Lord Galvatron makes a good point right there. He says, isn't fandom and community the same? It's actually, not really. Yes and no. The thing about it is that the word community has sort of been adopted to describe fandom or groups, fandoms, I guess, because you've got Star Wars fandom, Marvel, DC, whatever it may be, anime. Well, all the different various, it's not just anime altogether, although a lot of times fans of anime are just grouped in liking all of it. But yeah, you basically have all these various fandoms, right? And the groups of people are in that the fandoms consist of have often been referred to as communities. And that's where people sort of get confused. They go, okay, so community and fandom is the same thing. But let me start out, before I go further, I'm going to actually read a definition here. So we have community, which is a social unit, a group of living things, sentient beings, with commonality, such as norms, religion, values, customs, or identity. Communities may share a sense of place situated in a given geographical area. In other words, they might live near each other, like in a town, a city, or in a virtual space through communication platforms, such as communities on YouTube or Twitter. Durable relations that extend beyond immediate genealogical ties also define a sense of community, important to their identity, practice, and roles in social institutions, such as family, home, work, government, society, or humanity at large. So, to break that down, it basically means that the community extends beyond just your family. So, of course, your family is going to share, oftentimes share those norms, those values, customs, things like that. You're probably going to live in the same place as your family, at least your immediate family. But what this is saying is that community sort of extends beyond your family to a larger group around you that also has that sense of identity, common practice with their home, their family, their work, government, society, all those things tied together. So that's what community really is. It's more of a group of people, whether they live nearby or they exist in a virtual space together, that all sort of share the same values and customs and identity. And so they're all sort of working towards the same thing. They want the same goals. They want their family and home and work and government all done the same way for the most part. You'll have outliers and you'll have a few differences, but for the most part, this is what defines a community, okay? For fandom, what defines a fandom is a subculture composed of fans characterized by a feeling of empathy and camaraderie with others who share a common interest. Fans are typically interested even in minor details of the objects of their fandom and spend a significant portion of their time and energy involved with their interest, often as a part of a social network, with particular practices differentiating fandom-affiliated people from those with only casual interest. So what that means is basically you've got fans that feel such strong connection to whatever the common interest may be. I've mentioned some like Marvel Comics or Transformers, or the things that a lot of us here in the army of freaks, we share a lot of common interests. We're a fandom, right? We have a lot of common interest. And you share such a strong empathy and camaraderie with these common interests that you sort of form this subculture, as it's called, or a fandom, okay? Fandoms can grow around any area of human interest or activity. The subject of a fan interest can be narrowly defined, focused on something like an individual celebrity, or encompassing entire hobbies, genres, or fashions. While it is now used to apply to groups of people fascinated with any subject, the term has its roots in those with an enthusiastic appreciation for sports. So basically it's just saying that the term sort of originated with sports, but now because of the rise of nerd culture in mainstream popularity, that fandom has kind of now been described to or been used to describe us, the freaks, the geeks, having fun with our sci-fi and nerd stuff. So nothing wrong with that. And but it's very accurate. Very accurately describes what we are. Now the thing about community, and why I wanted to talk about the difference of the two, and why I put in the thumbnail how it was, friend versus friend, just, two different versions of me, just for the heck of it. But it was really to, sorry for if the chat froze there for a minute. Let me catch up with it. Fan fiction is just, is just bad, yeah. Shane says, I'm not watching TF Ascension without you in it. You made Black Shadow my favorite villain. Well, thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And not that because it's, I'm not saying I appreciate that you're not watching. I appreciate that my performance made your favorite villain. And it's a shame. It's a shame that it had to come to that. And we're going to get to that because I want to discuss some of those topics, not necessarily go after specific people or anything like that, but just discuss the, in general, how people end up splitting over some of these things. And that's why I wanted to talk about the difference between, community and fandom and sort of why it might be a good idea to take caution in how we view things so that it doesn't become so serious and people get so upset over certain things. Or anything, really. Nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all fans of this stuff, right? Why is anybody getting so upset with each other? Especially because, and we talked about the geographical implications of a community and how it can also be in a virtual space. But that's the thing, is for the most part, nobody's lives near each other. We're all over the world, all from around every corner of the planet, every corner of the universe. So at the end of the day, we're all just having different opinions, so it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So fandom is the subculture of fans sharing that common interest, coming together. And then you've got a community that sort of shares a much more of that end goal, or I don't know if end goal is because it's not like an end, like the end. But they like a common goal, like what they want to see accomplished for their community and possibly even society at large. And that's where I think the heightened feelings come in, because when people start to look at their fandoms as communities, and there's nothing wrong with looking at it as in a sense of camaraderie. And that's why the fandom is even defined as that, being characterized by that feeling of empathy and camaraderie, because there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's great. That's what sort of draws us together, is that we say, oh, hey, I like Transformers. You like Transformers. Let's be friends, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's the good part. But once you start to look at it as a community, as something that you feel should go in a certain direction or be governed a certain way or whatever, however you may feel about it, there are going to be people, because what brought us all together in the first place was just this one common interest, really. I mean, you may find out that you have other common interests with people within the fandom, but when you first enter the fandom, so for using Transformers as an example, when you first enter the Transformers fandom, the whole thing that you're going to have in common, or the first thing I should say, that you're going to have in common with anyone else that you encounter in the fandom is Transformers. You're not going to immediately know if somebody else also likes Power Rangers or also likes comic books or whatever it may be. So you really have that one thing in common. And it's such an intense feeling that you're like, hey, let's be buddies. But your background, where you come from, your family, your work, all of that could be wildly different. And that's where you have to start respecting other people's differences. And as good as it may be to sort of have that community, quote unquote, community feeling, You can't look at it as, well, these people now need to feel exactly how I feel about everything. That's just going to get you in trouble. Because you don't come from an actual community with these people. It's just a fandom. You have this one thing in common, maybe a few other things, but we're from all over the world. These things, sci-fi, movies, TV, comic books, these are all over the world. We have people coming together from all walks of life, different societies, different backgrounds, different histories. And it's not fair to each other, because it's not fair to them and it's not fair to yourself. So it's not fair to each other to ascribe your history, society, norms, whatever it may be, onto them. And even within your own society, people are so wildly different. So what I'm trying to say is that the importance is to have that focus on the fandom being about just that. Your common empathy, your common love and passion for the characters, the franchise, the stories. These are what brought you together in the first place, right? Like I said, when you first enter the Transformers fandom, the first thing you have in common with everyone else is you love these giant robots, right? You love all these Cybertronians that turn into all this different stuff, right? That's what we all love. When we first enter the fandom together, you can be guaranteed that you're gonna have that in common with people. Don't let other stuff get muddled in the way. That's just gonna drive wedges in between people. You're free to express your opinions. That doesn't mean you can't share your opinions about certain things, even if it may come up in the conversation that these things are outside of the franchise. You know, you could be discussing world events, sports. Speaking of sports, how the birth of the term fandom, and you oftentimes may come to find out that you don't always agree with everyone when it comes to things outside of the fandom that brought you together. So it's important to not let those things tear you apart. That's my point. That's what I really wanted to get to. That's what I really wanted to say in this stream, is let's remember that what brought us together, whether it was over Transformers, comic books, Star Wars, baseball cards, whatever, trains, whatever it may be, Legos. I mean, there's so many fandoms out there. There's like an infinite number of fandoms out there. So there's all these things that can bring people together. And let's not let other things then tear you apart. You'll end up losing friends, co-workers. I've always felt that it was better to gain friends, or at the very least keep friends. Why would you want to lose friends? I don't know. I've never understood why anyone, and I'm not saying that anyone actively is out there trying to lose their friends. I don't know. Maybe there are, but nobody wants to lose friends, right? You want to hang on to your friends. You want to make new friends. That's the whole point. That's why the social media even exists. That's why we're all addicted to it. I mean, look at us. We're all here in the chat. We're all here on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, whatever social medias you have. We're all addicted to it. I am too. I'm not denying it. But the reason is because we like talking to people. We like meeting people. We don't want to lose people. You got to be able to let disagreements happen. You got to be able to let discussions happen. And most importantly, you can't get caught up in a sense of community, like so strongly in this sense of community, that you end up excluding people from that community. Because let's step back and look at the picture here. Because everybody wants inclusion, right? And I don't mean to, I'm not poking fun at any side when they talk about inclusion or whatever. I'm legitimately saying everybody wants to feel included. Everybody wants inclusion. Nobody likes being excluded, left out, pushed aside, outcast. Nobody likes that. So we're all for inclusion at the end of the day, all right? Nobody's pushing anyone away. We might have disagreements, but no one should be, I should say, no one should be pushing people away. At the end of the day, we're all for inclusion. We all want to be included. We like to feel included. It's a nice feeling. And when you look at it, the certain behavior, and again, I'm not calling out individuals. I'm not even calling out sides or anything. I'm just saying, like, let's look at this objectively. There's certain behavior. If you are too upset with different opinions or too engrossed in the sense of community that you want to, even if you feel like you're in the right because you feel like you're protecting your community, but what you're doing is you are casting people out who don't deserve it. I'm not saying that there aren't bad people out there, but those bad people, they do things that are bad. They do. It's not just having disagreements or opinions that you don't like. They actually commit crimes. Yeah, you can let the law handle them, right? They'll be cast out by society because of law, because of their actions. But when it comes to just having different opinions because people come from different backgrounds, different values, different religions, beliefs, all sorts of things that make people who they are, well, then you're just casting them out. You're excluding them when we're supposed to be about inclusion. So that's really the point I wanted to make. I hope I haven't gotten. I know, like I said at the beginning of this chat, or live stream rather, that I wanted to have sort of more of a thought-provoking discussion. I didn't want to get too serious. I like to keep it fun. But I felt that this was important. I've seen this discussed a lot in a variety of topics, like all over the place. People disagreeing and getting so upset that friendships are ended, working relationships are ended. It's ugly. It's not a fun scene, let me tell you. I just wanted to encourage you out there, the army of freaks. Make sure that you remember why we're all here in the first place. And let's all enjoy that. Let's put our differences aside, and let's enjoy giant robots. Let's enjoy lasers and explosions. Nothing wrong with that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you transform into. I don't care what your alt mode is. I don't care what planet you came from. We're all here to enjoy lasers and explosions and giant robots and stuff. Let's put our differences aside and just focus on that. Let's get that negativity out of here. And give that negativity to Starscream. And then we'll eject him off the planet.
Wait, why are you giving it to me? What did I do? I've been letting you go on your rant this whole time, Prime. You've just been going on and on and on. And I've been sitting here quietly, haven't butted in, haven't said anything, just let you do it. Why are you going to dump all the negativity on me as if I'm some sort of container? You know, I don't turn into a container. I'm not like you. I don't have a tractor trailer. Why don't we stuff all the negativity in your tractor trailer? You know, wouldn't that be just like shoving it up your ass, Prime? Why don't you shove it up your ass?
Starscream, I think you are asking to be ejected. That's all I heard. You may have said a bunch of stuff just now, blah, 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 blah. All I heard was, "Oh, Optimus Prime, please eject me. I want to go flying out into space. I like it out there." That's what I heard. Cardboard Bots, it's good to see you here, buddy. Let me catch up with the chat. I know it went off for a while. Cardboard, all right, Jazz. Sam the Man. Alex Lemons, all right. Hot Pizza Rolls VR says, I get called gay for wearing a pink hoodie. Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. Wear your pink hoodie. Who cares? You like it? Wear it. Besides, it's Pride Month. You should be allowed to wear pink, especially this month. Alright, I had to get that out of my system. Magical hand movements, yes. Double dealer, hello. Yeah, see? The chat says right there, Silencer Zero, Starscream, you're always so negative. See, they know what's up. Sam the Man says you don't care if I'm Bumblebee. Okay, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. When I say I don't care who or what you are, except for Bumblebee. He is unforgivable. Molly Dolly, hello, welcome. Glad you could make it. And say hello to Optimus the freaking hamster for me. Optimus Prime struck again, yes. But yeah, chat, I mean, I hope that you felt encouraged. I hope that you feel, if whether you have been on the receiving end, maybe somebody was disagreeing on you. Oh, Cardboard Bots. Do I like toast? Toast is delicious. But it has nothing on pizza rolls. Soundwave, give me my toasted pizza rolls.
Yes, Optimus, as you command. Pizza rolls, eject, operation, toasted deliciousness. And while I'm at it, why don't I eject Poof Ravage? Good kitty. Thank you, Cardboard Bots. Have some more pizza rolls.
All right, now, Soundwave, don't be going too crazy, giving away all my pizza rolls like that. Come on now. But yes, thank you. Thank you, Cardboard Bots, and yes, I do like toast. And speaking of Cardboard Bots, I've got an interview with him coming up. I know it's been long delayed because a lot of craziness happened, but I do plan to continue the primetime show, the non-live stream version where it's actual interviews with guests, and Cardboard Bots is the next upcoming one. We've already got the interview recorded, so stay tuned for that. Dear Optimus, I was wondering if one night you'd be willing to take a look at Nick Roche's awesome Wreckers trilogy. You know, that would be a great comic book series to look at. We've been looking at a lot of weird, sort of cringy stuff, but it would be nice to look at something that was, like, really good. I'm not opposed to that at all. Thank you for the suggestion. Butterchew64. I don't remember the last time I had pizza rolls. Well, you don't know what you're missing. Or I should say you don't remember what you're missing. Gotta get on that. Reptile. Hi, Optimus. Hello, Reptile. Wait, let me say it right. Reptile. Fatality. Oh, yeah. Love that Mortal Kombat. But yes, anyway, as I was saying, whether you're on the receiving end, you've got some people that are mad at you for an opinion, or whether you're on the other side where you're mad at somebody because they said something that you didn't like, try to step back and just remember that we're all here for the same thing at the end of the day. You're going to have differences. We come from all over the world, all over the universe. You can't expect everyone to think the same and be the same. You got to sort of have that patience, that understanding. Even if you feel that someone is wrong, then have that discussion. But don't cast them out. Nobody wants to be cast out. We want to be included. So yeah. Molly Dolly, Optimus, I got a very important question. All right, Molly Dolly, what's your question? Dwarftastic, hey, made it into a stream. Glad you could make it, Dwarftastic. Welcome. a lot of craziness going on. Starscream is working his way to getting ejected. He's being an ass. Soundwave is almost gonna give away all my pizza rolls. All right, Josephine, what's 9 plus teen? 19? I don't know. Is that supposed to be a joke? I don't get it. I don't understand. But yeah, I will check out some of the good comics, not just the weird, goofy ones like we've been reviewing in past streams, or the weird manga like Kiss Players. Even though I think we still have a third part of that to finish. Josephine asked if I pranked Starscream all the time. Are you kidding? All right, so Molly Dolly says, my hamster has been training hard to join your team. He asks, do you have any tips? Yes. Eat your vegetables and train 5 days a week. 5 days on, 2 days off. To let your little hamster muscles regenerate. And make sure you eat lots of fruit and veggies and spend lots of time in that little wheel. Because let me tell you, those hamster wheels, if I had one of those on Cybertron, that's like the Cybertronian treadmill. That's how we learn to roll out. Plunk asked if I will review the Thanos copter. Oh, now that's an alt mode. Thanos copter. I wish I could turn into that. Yes, I think that a future comic review, we should alternate. We'll go back and forth. We'll do good stuff, and then we'll do silly stuff. And so we'll do the wreckers, the good stuff, and then we'll do the Thanos copter. Holly Dolly says, thank you, I shall report. He's been training to kick B's ass. Well, oh gosh, he's already on the team then. Your hamster has the right attitude. He's made of sterner stuff. Josephine, I don't know if I've been shipped with Hatsune Miku. There's so many anime weebs out there. I wouldn't be surprised if I had. Who knows? Already been shipped with an anime girl. That's what Kiss Players was. They shipped me and who was it? Hot Rod? Someone else, I can't even remember. They shipped a bunch of them with little anime girls. It's already happened. It's terrible. It's canon. It's real. Part of the franchise. I don't want to talk about it. Ryan Prime. Optimus Prime. I always wondered, who is your mom? I don't know my mom. You know your mom? I don't know mine. I know my dad is Alpha Trion. He went out for some Energon about 20,000 cycles ago. I haven't seen him since. Crazy Pink 20 says, hey Optimus, it's me, RC. How you doing today? How you doing, RC? Good to see ya. This is the RC that was the special guest a couple of streams ago. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it Saturday. But good to see you in the chat there. You say you also have a problem. What's going on? Tell me where to aim the lasers. Tell me where to send the explosions. But see, here's a word of caution. Because for one last thing to wrap it up, about the discussion here, with fandoms and communities and all that, it's not just about wanting yourself to be included or to not be excluded. I guess that sort of is it. You never know. The people that you turn away, the people that you may end up hurting or whatever happens when you have these disagreements, you never know who they're going to end up being or what position they might end up being. They might hold a position at a job that you want in the future. And if you had such a bad disagreement with them, then they're probably not going to want to work with you. So that's something to consider. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to name any names, but there was something where a project that I'm still on, because I'm still on several projects. I'm not going anywhere. But one of the projects that I'm still on had someone express interest in working with them. And that when they saw that they had been involved in a heated disagreement, I'm trying to put this as nicely as possible. But basically, when they saw that they had taken part in my attempted cancellation, because I still function, but when they saw that they had taken part in my attempted cancellation, they said, oh no, we don't want to work with that guy. So yeah, you want to be careful. Just a cautionary tale out there, you want to be careful. Let's not let agreements turn into such horrendous things. Because again, if you let it go, or you just talk it out or whatever, then you have more friends. You got more people to work with, or to communicate with, or whatever association that you have with them. But yeah, you got more people. Alita 1! You're late? That's okay, Alita. You know, lately, Alita 1 and I have been talking. Speaking of, you know what, chat? This is a perfect time for me to sort of fill you in. Speaking of working out differences and disagreements and all that, Alita 1 and I have been talking a lot recently, and things might be getting patched up. Things might be taking a turn for the better. So we'll see a little bit more of Alita 1 here in the future. Of course, that means no more OnlyFans. I'm looking through the chat here, though, and I see that a lot of people are agreeing. A lot of people say that, you know, they don't care what your opinions, just, you know, do you and get along. And I see, basically what I'm seeing is a lot of awesome people in the chat. That's what I'm seeing. You guys are awesome. And I want you to stay awesome. You would probably be one buff baby robot. Oh my goodness. Optimus and Alita is back. That's right, Lord Galvatron. Shout it from the mountaintops.
Oh, great. That's just what Prime needed. Something else to go to his head. You know, if that does give me a bit of hope, though. If Prime and Alita can work out, perhaps me and Slipstream might have a chance. I'm not giving up.
Good on you, Starscream. Never give up hope. Live and let live. That's right, Jazz. That's right. At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my... But now you... Wait, okay, hold on. I'm going to read that seriously. I don't care. That's actually a funny quote. V says, at first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection. You guys are awesome. Optimus the freaking prankster. That's right, Silencer Zero. Alright. Well, before I wrap things up, I do want to give everyone a final shout out. I appreciate everyone hanging out in the stream. Thank you, Cardboard Bots, for the donation earlier. And I do have new merchandise available. There is a link in the description for some new t-shirts that I have available. I just put up a new one today. It's this little guy right here. Pop Ravage, Popcorn Kitty. Basically, I have these available in different colors and sizes, different styles. and several other t-shirts as well. Let me see if I can scroll through them. Yeah, we've got the Real Freakin Prime, certified G1 in both bot and con colors, and the Pizza Roll Incident. So there are new t-shirts available, link in the description. It's a great way to support the channel and get yourself some awesome merchandise in the process. So one last time, let me give a shout out to the freaking army of primes in the chat. You guys are all awesome. Lewis Pepper, Britt Former, Josephine, V Revolticon, Delilah, Starscreamy, Silencer Zero, Alex Lemons, Bug, Silver Storm, Lord Galvatron, Cardboard Bots, giving you a double shout out, buddy. Clunk, Ian Ross. All right. And many more. Double Dealer. And anyone else that I may have forgotten. Destiny. I know Destiny was in there. Jazz. I'm sorry if I missed you. Sam the Man. Oh yeah, Decepticon Wheeljack.
Yeah, don't forget to give a shout out to the Decepticon version of me. I mean, more of me is more of me. I'm not going to complain.
All right, shout out to Decepticon Wheeljack. That's right. But I appreciate everyone hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow for the usual Wednesday freaking hangout, and we'll have something fun going on. I've got to make a decision now if I want to go ahead and do the Wreckers comics that were suggested tonight, or go with the Fall of Cybertron gameplay, because we've been getting through about halfway through that game, I'd say. We're approaching the Bruticus, the epic Bruticus moment. So we're getting to the halfway point of that game. So if you have a preference, leave a comment below if you'd rather see Fall of Cybertron or Wreckers comics. Which one would you like to see tomorrow? Leave a comment below. And be sure to like this video, this live stream, if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe if you want to see more, if you haven't already, to join the freaking army of primes. Thanks again to everyone who was hanging out tonight, being active in the chat, and as I said before, you all are awesome. Be weird and be proud. Until next time, this is Optimus the freaking Prime, signing off.